Yeah.
Really, to be like, welcome to the Medina estate.
Dirty Hit Farms, man. Dirty Hit Farms.
Oh yeah, Dirty Hippie Farms. That's what you need to call.
Hey, my name is Gabriel, and I live in North Georgia, and I've lived here in this property for about 3 years now, and my goal is to be self-sustaining. Over the past couple of years, I've done a lot of changes to my property. Last year I got solar panels installed. We also built a greenhouse last year, and this year we added bees.
What do you do for a living?
Currently I work for State Farm. I'm an insurance agent. That's it. That's all I got.
My name's Chris, and I'm a friend of Gabe's. I met Gabe. We were both cooks. We started at Olive Garden cooking the same day, or the same week at least. And it was about 7 or 8 years ago. And we worked together there for about 6 years. And about 2 years ago, I moved here. And since I came here, we've really worked together to try to, make this property self-sustaining. It was Gabe's brainchild, but it's something that I always, wanted to do when I was young as well. I have had a lot of different jobs. I'm currently unemployed, but my last job was a land surveyor. Before that, I worked for a construction company. As I mentioned, I was a cook for a long time, so I kind of one of those, I have a lot of different interests. They don't really, the pollen isn't what they use to make the honey. They take nectar from the plants, and that's what gives the honey its sweet flavor. The pollen is just like a natural byproduct because they are in the plants, so they get the pollen on them. So they do leave it in the honey, and the reason that's good is because it actually increases, people that have allergies, increases your resistance a little bit to, local pollen.
Yeah, honey's actually like bee spit. At the same time, they create this substance called royal jelly in their stomach, and they feed it either to the babies or they pack it in, and it's where you get your honey from. But like I said, they're very docile. You can literally touch them and they won't do anything. Like, they're very friendly. People have a really negative outlook on them.
So how are you dealing with the quarantine, Gabriel?
Well, honestly, it hasn't really bothered me. If anything, it's inspired me to continue my path to being self-sustained. It's really pushed me to really push my limits of what I can do here at home. We went out and did the raised beds. We did a different style of growing this year. We were lucky enough to still go get the bees in March before we were completely shut down as well. Luckily for me, I get to work from home as an insurance agent. So they didn't really affect my work life and my financial life. But it definitely gave me more time to be here at home and focus on my goal and my dream as far as being self-sustained.
And you, Chris?
It's similar. You know, we've spent a lot of time working on the garden and getting the bees set up. It's been a little hard for me. If anything's been hard for me about the quarantine, it's that I haven't been able to get to some meetings that I go to. I'm a recovering alcoholic for just about a year now, and so they're not having the meetings, and it's hard not being able to get that support. But you know, this is kind of replacing that for me, and it's gratifying to be able to do something productive and create something like this.
Alright. What's your message to the people on times like these with the whole coronavirus? And
Be productive. I think standing still is probably one of the biggest downfalls, and I feel like we try to normalize it and saying that it's okay to just survive it and do nothing about it. But I feel like even if you don't do anything physically, I feel like reflecting on what's happening and planning for a future, whether it be changing jobs or changing your outlook on the world, anything that could better you, I think that's what you should be focusing on.
You know, I think that it is a good time for reflection and a good time to kind of look at, you know, take stock or inventory of yourself and your life and where you're at, and take this time to maybe make new steps towards where you want to be. If you felt stuck where you were, it's a good time to kind of move towards where you want to be.